Hey folks, welcome to Market Technical Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com for October 15th, 2007. Well, after a rally on Friday following Thursday's hard sell-off, we saw another hard sell-off today. And this is beginning to get a little interesting here because we've been talking about how this market has been very overbought now for a week or two, ever since the jobs report and the Fed discount cut and the rate cut. And we've been talking about how we're hitting the upwards angle of the trend of the channel here. And that's what we saw again over the last few days. And every time we sell off, it seems like the next day we go to new highs. And after Thursday's sell-off, we talked a little bit about that. And here I'm going to show you the intraday chart, but we'll also look at the daily chart. And we talked about the trend and how we hit the top of that angle, and we sold off on Thursday. Then we started to bounce back on Friday. And I think everyone in the world or in the market said, all right, here we go. This was just a small sell-off on Thursday. Let's go right back to new highs and off to the races against new highs. Well, they kind of tricked people a little bit here. And what's interesting here is that we're in options expiration week. Okay, and we all know about options expiration week. 2 months ago in options expiration week, they came out the day of options X on Friday morning and said we're lowering the discount rate. This is the Fed, of course, the Fed. And it caused a huge rally, and they caught all the shorts off guard. The last month, during the options expiration week, well, the Fed came out and surprised everyone with a discount rate cut and the Fed cut. 50 basis points in each. And the shorts were caught off guard again and got squeezed. Oh man, the squeeze that happened there. Unbelievable. And now all of a sudden we're in a pattern here where this month, people are saying, well, what's this month? What are they going to do to pull a rabbit out of a hat this month and squeeze the markets up? In my opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, we might see finally a down week on options expiration, and I'll explain. All the shorts at this point pretty much have exited the market. I mean, there are still shorts out there, but I would say the majority of shorts got squeezed out over the past month or two. That's just the way it happened. Everyone expected us to go to new lows. We didn't do it. Even I had some inklings that we would go to new lows and break down from March lows and so forth. But after that candle there, you had to step on the sidelines, and we did think we'd retrace before we got this high, but we didn't. And you have to respect the trend at that point. Once the trend changes to the upside, you got to respect it. But with all the shorts, or the majority of shorts possibly getting squeezed out of this market now, it leaves it open for the possibility that now big money will take it the opposite way because everyone's long. And that's all about the game, guys. And you need to understand how the market works and the psychology of the market, and understand how big money needs to take the money from those people that play the puts or the calls, and whichever side they sold more puts or calls to, they're going to push it the opposite way because they don't want to pay those off. Very simply put. All right, it's a little more complex than that, but essentially that's what it is. And that could be what's going on here. And we are seeing that we hit the upper end of the channel, and I want to show you guys this again. Let's go to my trend tool here, and we talked about this, and this is just going to be drawn rough, guys, all right? I don't have the time to really do this exactly, but essentially what you're looking at here is a parallel lines that we've basically seen in this market. Now, we talked about this every video we show you guys this. We saw the up move, the down move, the up move, the down move, and you notice how it keeps hitting the top of that channel. Well, on Thursday, that reversal, we hit the top of the channel. And we haven't touched the 20 moving average, aka the bottom of this channel, in a long time. Ever since here, all the way up here. And we hit that channel, we bounced down here, sold off. That was an ugly reversal, guys. By the way, when you're talking about reversals, when the Nasdaq's up 25 and at one point is down as much as 40 or 30 or whatever it was that day, that's an ugly reversal. But Friday, everyone was like, oh, okay, it's okay. They rallied the market back up as we pushed up. Well, guess what today, guys? We sold off hard, and the bar hasn't been created here, but we're right here. And actually, interestingly enough, we actually touched the 20 moving average today, and that's what I've been talking about. You got to come back and touch that 20 moving average eventually. Now, granted, the 20 moving average has continued to climb here, and then it meets it kind of in the middle. But the next question is, do we hit the lower end of the channel? Does this continue into tomorrow? Do we hit the lower end of this channel right below before we get a bounce? And we're not sure on that yet, but it's very likely that we will at some point touch the lower end of this channel just because this channel has been so strong. Alright, then it really becomes a question of, well, do we have a near-term bounce and we go back to new highs? Do we have a small bounce and then break down lower and go to the 50 moving average? That's up in the air. I don't know. The trend is still up. You got to respect the trend. Any selling here has to be bought as long as it gets to a level where you want to buy it, which could be the 20 or this area. And this is, again, me speaking from my personal opinion about what I think. You should all consult your financial advisors before making any decision in investing. But, you know, speaking from my personal opinion here, which is just what I think, you know, at this point you have an uptrend. No doubt about this uptrend. Until it breaks that uptrend, meaning you close below this channel, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, you got to buy these dips. Now, at some point, I do happen to think this market's not out of the woods. And it's been utterly amazing to me. Absolutely, almost caught me off guard by how much momentum we had to the upside here. I couldn't believe that they could keep pushing the market up, all in this area. All right, the Fed, yes. The Fed comes out here, does their thing, yes, fine. Big deal. All right, that was a huge deal for the markets. Then you had a little bit of selling, but we just kept on pushing up. Every couple days we'd tick down, then we'd push new highs. And it was like unabating. It never pulled back. And you finally are seeing a possibility of this move back. And it's very interesting to note. So again, watch this channel. You all can keep this on your chart. You can draw it in. As long as it's pretty accurate, you'll be okay. But should we close below here, somewhere in this area, we might see a push down again. I am being very cautious here in regards to this. We are seeing oil now up 250 today to about 86 and change. And oil's getting a little ridiculous as well. And I'm going to throw up the intraday chart just to show you guys what happened today. But the oil and gold, based on the weak dollar and the geopolitical issues with oil, there's Turkey and Iraq are having issues now. Turkey's not very happy with the United States for voting on something in regards to genocide. I'm sure you guys can read into that, or some of you know about that. But this is also causing oil to go up, as well as the dollar being so weak and continuing to be weak. And oil now at $86 a barrel is just getting a little ridiculous. This is going to have some major effects, and I think the market is beginning to get a little worried. Before this, it was causing the market to move up because it caused the oil stocks and the indexes to move up when oil went up. For today was the first hint that this higher price in oil, around $90, could be a little bit of a problem for the economy. So we got to continue to monitor that. And we will show you the USO here, up $1.89. Look at this move right here, off the 20. Again, we came back to that 20. We always come back to a 20, but look at that move up. Just astronomical. And we just continued all day to move higher. Just unbelievable. Alright, in addition, I just want to look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's been the stronger one, but it was down 26 points today, alright? The Dow was also down pretty sizably today. We saw the Dow down 108 points, the NASDAQ down 25.6, and the S&P down 13 and change. Okay? Very, very interesting here. With the NASDAQ, this is the intraday chart, and you can just see we basically started selling from the open, got a little bounce, and then the hard selling really cascaded. Then we got a little bit of a bounce here, another wave of selling came in. Then we finally got this little area. Notice how the moves down got smaller and smaller, and finally we got a bounce into the close. A nice strong bounce into the close after hitting the low down here. Now on the daily chart here, what's interesting, again, you guys can see, is that the NASDAQ's still well above its 20 moving average. And the trend here is much stronger. It's been much more powerful. And you can draw in these same type of things here. This is give or take accurate. It's not that accurate, this line I'm drawing. I'm just doing quickly for you guys. But again, these parallel channels. Alright, and my question is, does this come down and touch that 20 moving average? Now this line coincides much better with the 20 moving average, so we'll continue to watch that. But notice again, it's the same thing. They're bouncing in and out of that trend. And we haven't touched this lower end of the channel for some time. And the question is now, do we have it? We basically took out all of Friday's bar now. And you can see that here. We had a big down move off that reversal. Then Friday we had the up move, and today we eclipsed it. You basically went from the high there and closed at the low. So now the question is, where do we go from here? That's a good question. I want to show you the SPYs quickly. This is a good. This shows you basically the bar in the ES future chart, but the ES doesn't show up yet, so we literally look here. Quickly showing you, you see we did touch that 20, and I keep on saying we got to touch that 20 at some point. Looks like we did today. Now we bounced off that 20 nicely today, but the question now becomes, well, is that it? Do we touch the 20, get a bounce, and go higher, or whether or not we break the 20 and go down, possibly the lower end of that channel? And again, that lower end of the channel can be looked at in this somewhere in this realm. We'll draw that in a little more accurately here, somewhere in this realm. So maybe a little bit lower, but as I said, it's all about that channel and the stochastics. Notice the stochastics finally coming down, which again leave it open for the market to move back up. Now I do worry about this market still. I'll be honest, very honest here, guys. You know, you don't want to jump on. We're in an uptrend, and so you don't want to be bearish. You want to always go with the market and the trends. but using my common sense, oil now at 86 and change, gold on near 27-year highs. There's just a lot of worry things out there that make me cautious. And we're making phenomenal money in the chat room. Phenomenal money. The stocks going every day, swing trades in the chat room that are small and so forth. In the swing trade alerts, we hit a nice one that we closed out today. XHB, I believe it was. We'll punch that one up quickly. And nice fall here. We went short right here. Got a nice little 3-day move on that stock to finally close out a nice little profit there. In addition, we have a couple other open positions that are short in this market and continue to do very well. But all in all, guys, be a little careful. We'll update you guys tomorrow. Feel free to come and join us, the Swing Trade Alerts Intraday Stock Chat at InTheMoneyStocks.com. We'd love to have you aboard. But we'll continue to monitor this market. We're a little on the fence here about where we go from here. All right, have a wonderful day. Take care.